All right, everyone, here we go with Mars in Libra. I didn't bother doing a pre-shuffle. I'm just going to shuffle for the why the hell are we here position. Right card before the cut. I just figured what the hell, we'll just go straight in. Surface energy doesn't do a lot of good with Mars half the damn time anyway. So what is this Mars energy? Well, I said I didn't want to confuse things. I didn't want to put a bunch of crap out there before I pulled the reading because it's a very tricky energy. You know, it's working in conjunction with you know how I wrote about Lionsgate, where I said we're drawing a line in the sand. Lionsgate reading's coming Tuesday. But this reading is important. This sets the stage for that and the rest of the month. Lionsgate, we draw a line in the sand. We're about what we will and will not accept emotionally from ourselves and from others, right? Mars here is like all of the passion of Mars and all of the fire of Mars and all of it is turned inward. So it's one of its more obscure meanings with Mars and Libra, but it's about a fairness. It's about a balance, right? We're being fair to ourselves and fair to the outside and balancing things. And balancing those two to make just fairness all the way around. What that does is it blends with the energy of, I said there's no take-backs. When I wrote about it in my August write-up, I said there's no going back once we draw these lines in the sand. We're okay with that. All right? We're okay with that. Now, that's primarily how it's affecting the DF side. Fairness. And it's determined fairness. It's a fiery fairness. It's like that made-for-TV movie with one of those lawyers that just will not give up and fights for the family against all odds. They end up kidnapped or whatever. They just keep going and keep going. It's that kind of fairness. All right, it's fairness on fire. It's somebody you will find a way to be okay with things. There's no regret after it when you're done. You know, it's a good day's work sort of a thing. Anyway, on the DF side, that's kind of what's going on. On the DM side, I think it might work against them in a push-pull sort of a thing. I don't know yet. What do I mean by that? I mean they might be trying to be fair to themselves, right? And not necessarily considering anything else on the outside. There's always a selfishness with the DM side in this particular soulmate cycle. That's why they come up as King of Wands a lot, right? Okay. All right, give me the soulmate cycle universe, the influence of Mars and Libra. First card out before the cut. Why the fuck are we here? 9 of Pentacles. Liberty, liberation, sort of an energy. An acceptance, sort of it's a liberal energy. As a vocabulary word, leaving politics out of it, that's a further down definition. As a vocabulary word, it's someone who's inclusive, someone who accepts people for who they are, someone who equal rights, that kind of a thing. Again, it's all about that balance I talked about. It's all about the fairness. This is a fair energy, right? It's not my way or the highway. You know, we're here because the opportunity is here to actually make everybody happy for once, or to try anyway, to at least find some kind of fairness. And again, we're determined to do it in this energy. What comes after the cut? What comes after the cut? The Hierophant. See what I'm saying? That's why we're here. It's everything I already talked about in the cut card positions. All right? We're going to pull a pyramid for this one. That's going to be the easiest way to do this. I'm going to give the deck a final shuffle. The top row is how somebody feels about you. Remember what I said about their self? I said the opportunity is there, right? You know, it's hard. The DM side of this cycle is very much my way or the highway. That's why I call them the Burger King. They got to have it their way, right? And anything that's different from their way, they tend to react aggressively toward. They want to get rid of it, right? Make it go away. They don't want to look. That's why in the Witches, for example, the Devil card is the devil sitting in the corner and the two people blocking their eye, kind of looking at it, but blocking their eyes a little bit. That's very indicative. That's why this is a great deck, this Witches Tarot, for this particular soulmate cycle. The Devil card is perfect for exactly the frequencies of devil energy that are swirling around. Anyway, how they feel about you is here, how they see you, what they think about you is here, and the potential final outcome is here. All right, it's read with the center card of the how they feel about you. I'll clarify everything. Okay, we're going to clarify with the Witches. All right, let's see where we go. You know, it's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve Slept Tarot, you're here for a reason. I guess that's it. I guess we're done shuffling. Damn thing exploded. It's timeless. Okay? Mars in Libra sets the stage for the whole month. But I want to talk about it more in the short range because it's really helping with the Lionsgate energy, which is followed closely by the full moon and Aquarius energy. This is a big week of reads here at Steve's Love Tarot. If you're going to miss a week at Steve's Love Tarot, do not miss this one. All right? Or come back for it. I don't know. Okay. It starts here, though. Without this energy, I think without Mars in Libra and this fairness aspect where it turns inward, all of that passion, all of that fire turns inward. I think without it, or if it were a regular Mars energy that we're going outward, I think it would be too much of a bulldozer. You'd be drawing lines in the sand everywhere, too many lines. Other people on you, you on other people, etc., etc. And I think it would be too much of a bulldozer. I think it's important. Sort of putting yourself under martial law here a little bit. Calm the fuck down, everybody settle down, go to your corner sort of a thing. It is a very balanced energy. It's very nice. It's helping with that. It's helping keep everything in check. Think of it like turning your own military on yourself, okay? And you keeping everything nice and orderly and contained. That's what this energy is. The net result is fairness, which is good because any lines you draw in the sand, like I said, you won't regret. Incoming energy here, overall energy of this reading is the Knight of Cups. Feels like a Knight. I'll be honest, it does, because it's fueled by an Ace of Cups, which technically is, the most love I could pull from the deck, along with the Queen of Cups, who holds this cup. But I've got Page of Cups. I've got somebody's making you their mission in a way, but it's very soft. It feels very nice. I think they're being hard on themselves, but somebody's definitely wants something with you. And they're coming in with a soft touch. But inside, I think it's very different. I do. Underneath it, 3 swords. There's a lot coming in, and there he is. That's who it is. Look at that. Look at that. There's your 5-card stud right there. That's the King of Wands. That's the Burger King who we were talking about. I think somebody here is forgetting. You're going to remember because I tell you. Mars in Libra is affecting everyone. Outside the soulmate cycle, inside the soulmate cycle, it's all there. Okay? So, it allows us to see the truth, and it makes us not afraid to do anything about it. It's not that devil card I talked about it here where we're sort of looking at it but blocking our eyes. We don't want to look at it. This is the energy that makes the my way or the highway people realize that maybe their highway sucks, right? And they might want to change things. And they feel okay about doing it in this energy. However, I do think this energy is still selfish. I do think, and this card proves it, I do think that they might forget that you're drawing some lines in the sand and you got your own fairness thing going on. All right? So, again, you might have a conversation. How does that play out? You might have a conversation with this person that's sort of a wash, net, sort of a stalemate, if you will. You could, You don't feel like anything was accomplished, but it might, it's like it's a bit of that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just riffing on the energy. Let's see how it plays out. How do they feel about you? The Star, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Again, what did I say? It's the energy that makes us okay with the truth. It's the energy, divine timing, harvest time energy. It's the perfect, if I'm to just read these cards, it's the perfect energy for somebody to see the light. Somebody who's just had an emotional breakdown. Didn't we do a reading recently where I had somebody in the soul that had an emotional breakdown? I think it was a Tower in the soul. Whoever that is that same person that's coming in here. This is after. The Star comes after the Tower. This is after that emotional breakdown. Somebody here is going after the truth righteously. How do they feel about you? However, they either hate you or love you. I don't know. Whatever the deal is with this 3 of Swords, whatever the deal is with all of this, your love and hate read the same way. Somebody could just as easily be coming to make up with you or break up with you. It could go either way. Only you know what that truth is. But they are. The time is right. They got 2 cards of divine timing and the Sword of Truth here. So whatever they're feeling, it's the truth. We'll find out more when we clarify. What are they thinking about you while all this truth is playing out? The Knight of Cups. I felt it. Didn't I tell you that felt like a knight? Didn't I say that? Right? Felt like a knight. There it is. There's the Knight of Cups. I knew it was here somewhere. It had to be. I smelled it. What else? What else is here? Strength card. A lot of passion. A lot of fire. Um, okay, I'll paraphrase this. Someone, this may happen a lot with a lot of people, but with this particular person, it's what I already said. They're forgetting that Mars and Libra is affecting everybody. They assume you feel the same way. That's the problem. With this energy and its assumptiveness and its selfishness, it just assumes that if they like it, everybody's going to like it. This is the same asshole that leaves a review for something on Amazon or on that damn Yelp thing, where if you read it and you go, by God, it's like this person thinks that if they don't like it, nobody will. You know, it's a bit of that. You know, it's very, very selfish. So it is what it is. This person assumes you feel the same way. They look at you and they say, yeah, they want it. A lot of passion here. It's the Mars and Libra energy within their own Burger Kingness feedbacking on them, creating a feedback loop. Okay, that's all. All right, so we'll clarify some more. But when they think about you, yeah, they get a little hot. They figure, you know, they also, some of them might figure that some of them might think that they don't have to do anything and you're going to come toward them. That's possible too. And another layer of energy that's here. Keep in mind, if what I just said resonates with you, keep in mind that nothing will happen. I said a stalemate. It might end up in a stalemate. That's also how it could end up in a stalemate. You assume they're coming toward you. They assume you're coming toward them. Neither one of you goes anywhere. So keep that in mind. For some of you, that's what they assume. For the rest of you, they just assume that you feel the same way. So they might come in a little cocky. That shouldn't surprise anybody. That's the Burger King. You don't get any more cocky than that, do you? All right, let's go. Potential final outcome for you. The timing is good for you. It's read with divine timing, right? So 7 of Pentacles. A harvest for you. It's something. It's the King of Cups. See? I knew it wasn't going to be a bad card. It's sort of I have to take it as it is in the Witches, for example, where the king is on the rocks and in the water at the same time. It's the perfect time. This is actually, assuming we both don't do anything because we assume each other are coming towards us, it's the perfect time to say what you need to say, to talk about love in a practical way that gets things done. The rocks and the water are working together nicely here. All right, and I say the rocks and the water because I'm using the King of Cups in this deck as a reference. All right, let's shuffle the deck. Let's pull on that timing. Let's start with the 7 of Pentacles and their feelings. All right, it's good. It's communication for you. Somebody who didn't tell you, I'll give you the standard tarot read on it. Somebody who didn't tell you how they feel is coming to tell you how they feel. But it's deeper than that. It's what I said about the balance. It's a practical way you can get things done. There's fairness on each side. In the Animal deck, the Justice card represents a lot of fairness. It's the black cat and the white cat separated by a sword, right? Everybody can have what they want here, right? Compromise is there. And there's a determination to make, even on the selfish side, there's a determination to still make you happy. I don't think they know how. I think they only know how to balance their side. So you may have to apply compromise on your side and allow for that. Okay? You got to know who you're dealing with. If you don't know who you're dealing with and you just assume that they're like you're making a huge mistake, right? It is what it is. I mean, even military operations don't go in without intel, without research first to know what they're up against, right? It's the same kind of thing here. That's what I'm giving you. So, all right. And I'm also warning some of you that they think you're going to come toward them and you think they're going to come toward you. Nobody going to go toward anyone. Okay, so be careful about that. All right, here we go. 7. This is an important energy. This flavors the whole month. This is the salt that flavors the whole month, right? Throws a little extra taste in there. All right, let's go. 7 of Pentacles. Why is it here? Okay, we got this. Yeah. It's the perfect time. What did I say in relation to you? I read the energy first and I throw the cards. I said it's the perfect time for the rocks and the water to balance, right? We can talk about our feelings. It's the 8 of Wands. It's communication. This proves what I said, that this is communication. It is. It's a good time. Now, what if your person doesn't reach out? Oh no. It sucks. It's terrible. You're the liar, Steve. No, calm the fuck down. I can't predict free will. Nobody can. But even so, you could still resolve a lot of shit internally with this energy. For most of you, there is communication, but it is minor arcana. It's up to somebody's free will. And I already told you, if you assume they're coming toward you, you might be part of the group where they assume you're coming toward them and nobody go toward anybody. Either way, you do resolve some things within yourself. Remember, Lionsgate is about drawing a line in the sand about emotional things you won't accept internally and externally. We'll talk about that when we get there and pull that reading, but this is the energy that's creating the fairness in that. Otherwise, you'd just be drawing lines everywhere. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Right, you know. You can't do that. Right? Otherwise, you end up with nothing at the end of it. What's on top here? So this is an important energy. It's here to keep the balance, to keep things in check. It's like putting your own self in martial law, where we create a line around and we keep everything nice and in check. Like I say, I'll tell you, it's a good example. What's on top? 9 of Pentacles. Why is that here? Why is it the right timing? Somebody is either thinking freely or is free. This is the feeling, so I don't think somebody's all of a sudden single and free to pursue kind of a thing. But I do think it's the perfect timing because somebody is feeling, their feelings are translating through them. Their feelings are very liberal. When someone's feelings are very liberal, they're very inclusive. They're not my way or the highway. Somebody's feelings that are liberal are saying, well, I understand your point of view. Let's try to find a compromise somewhere. Someone isn't afraid to look at your point of view. When someone is not liberal, right? This is a liberal energy. It's a vocabulary word. You can Google it. It's got nothing to do with politics, so calm the fuck down. That's a definition, another set of definitions, but it's very similar. You know, but anyway, at the end of the day here, when somebody is in this energy, right? They're willing to hear your side rather than just shoot it down or afraid to look at it, like the devil and the witches, which is, somewhat afraid to look at it. And when we're not in this energy, when we're my way or the highway, which this DM energy often is, which is Mars outward, right? Outward energy. A lot of fear with that sometimes, right? Fear keeps you sharp. When we're not in this energy and Mars energy is shooting outward, which is how I was afraid a lot of people were going to read this, which is why I didn't want to mention fairness earlier and get a bunch of copycat readers out there doing whatever. Oh, fairness, yes, I sense it. My spirit guides told me fairness. Really? You sure it wasn't Steve? But anyway, at the end of the day here, apparently I'm the spirit guide for about 50 people. At the end of the day here, it's kind of funny. My friends showed me a bunch of the shit. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I don't care. At the end of the day, I just don't want people to get confused. At the end of the day here, when we're not in this energy, we tend to cut things out that don't agree with us. This is where runners happen when we're not in this energy. This is not an energy of a runner. So the timing is right now because somebody's not a runner. And somebody is acting with a lot of fire, a lot of power, right? A lot of passion. Mars is turned inward. And now they're very brave. Now they're willing to do it. Now they're willing to see your point of view. Now they're willing to feel what they feel for you and allow for that and balance that out and say, hey, you know what? I've been unfair. I might want to go and tell Steve's viewer how I feel. Yeah, you might. Star, why is it here? Another divine timing energy. That's all. It is what it is. Why is the star here? Let's go. Let's see where we're at. All right. It's crossed by 9 swords. Somebody's been up all night manifesting. Up all. Slaughter got a song. Remember Slaughter, hair metal band from the 80s? They got a song, Up All Night, Sleep All Day. It was like their biggest hit. It's a bit of that. Somebody's been up all night manifesting. I don't think they've been realizing it, but they have been. That's part of the reason you're the main topic. It's also telling me that you're the main topic of their whole experience with Lionsgate and Mars and Libra and the full moon and Aquarius and the whole spiel. What's on top? 10 swords. Why is that here? Queen of Cups. Yeah. Fear. When Mars turns inward, fears often make us do things. It's the fear that makes, we get angry at the fear, at the things that held us back, and then we go for it. This is why it's a good energy. Mars and Libra is a good energy for you trying to quit smoking, you trying to quit drinking, you trying to quit gambling, you trying to quit hookers. It's a good energy for it. Because in order to do that, you have to get mad at yourself. Sometimes when you relapse, you get disappointed, and then that just causes you to do it again to make yourself feel better, that bad thing, right? It's only when you get a little spark of mad in there that you make some changes. That's sort of what this is here, okay? Somebody here is just, if they feel in the loss, they've been doing this. Mars comes in, it turns inward. Something that they thought was over, that they've been afraid, the fear that they have that it's over and this cup is never going to get full, is causing them to take action. Because I have this leading to an action card, which is Archangel Michael's Sword of Truth. So somebody here is looking at the truth. They are seeing it. And the fear that they usually have, well, I'm not going to bother because it's probably over anyway, which is a good cop-out, isn't it? Right? It's a good cop-out. That fear nonsense that they usually have because Mars is turned inward is now fuel for them to take action and do something, which is why you've got a very important conversation coming with somebody. You very well might. And again, there was an Eight of Wands here. I can't predict free will. I wish it was an Emperor crossing there. I wish it was. That would make it a lot less free willy, right? Free willy. All right, here we go. Free will-like. Ace of Swords. Why is it here? Wow. All right. Ace of Swords. Let's see where we're at. A lot of pollen in the air today. My allergies are going crazy. Woo! Gonna have to. Got that. HEPA filters running. See where we're at. Ace of Swords. Why is it here? Oh, come on now. Ace of Oh, yeah. What did I say? This is red with this. And I said usually the fear, Mars outward would create a, well, I'm not going to bother. You know. It's real easy to be an excuse machine. With Mars and Libra pointing outward, I'm just going to be fair to me. I'm not even going to try. This here is creating the gumption to come towards you. Here it is. It's crossed by the Lovers, right? Somebody's making choices they wouldn't normally make. This is 5D energy. This is, there's a lot of energy. This is a powerful soulmate connection, and somebody's realizing that. What's on top? The Four of Cups. Why is this here? Why now are they seeing the truth? Because before they tried to ignore it. The Four of Cups, a truth that they weren't interested in. All right? That they were afraid of the moon. They were afraid of it before. Now, with that energy, they're not. They're making, what did I say? Rewind. I said they're making choices they didn't make before. These are the fear. Here's the fear. Oh, no, the fear of this cup's going to be empty forever. Well, I shouldn't bother doing anything about it because, again, now they're doing something about it. Now I got two lovers coming together. Now it's a new choice happening. It's exactly everything I said, which is exactly how it should have fallen. All right? Straight up. Okay. So, I'm not quite sure where to read this. I want to clarify these, but I want to clarify with you before I do. Okay? The secondary energy, it's very minor. It's probably for 20% of you at most. Is you think they're going to come toward you, they think you're going to go toward them, nobody does anything. Can we just say that? There's no need to clarify that, right? You get it. Okay. Now, for the rest of you, about 80%, well, not 80%, because it can't be for 100% of you, but I would say at least another 50% of you. Let's put it that way. For a good percentage of you, somebody's going to check it out. You got a super fuckwit. Or this all happens in the 5D because there's no way this person can reach out to you. One or the other. Right, but let's talk about this here. Because somebody here thinks you feel the same way they do. Okay? That's what they think. They think you got as much passion for them. You're just waiting on them. They got themselves convinced of that. Well, you can. When Mars is turned inward on a king of wands, right? Mars turned inward on a king of wands can create some delusions a little bit. Delusions of grandeur, maybe. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's pull on the Knight of Cups first. All right. Let's see. Let's see where we go. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. All right, we're good. It's crossed by, well, there it is. You see it right there, the Ace of Cups. It's crossed by the Ace of Cups. Somebody is, again, the environmental energy. Somebody's not. Somebody thinks that you feel the same way they do. There's no other way I can phrase it. But they're not considering that you're your own being, if you will. You have your own set of feelings or issues. You have your own set of what's going on up here. What's on top? The Empress. Yeah. Somebody figures, again. I mean, I have no other way. It's an attractive energy. That's you right there. I think somebody's overly emotional here if I'm to read this from the incoming energy. Why is that here? Yeah, the Seven of Swords. Somebody's wrong, definitely. What's the bridging energy? Yeah, the Five of Wands. It just keeps telling me the same thing. I'm going to say this. When they think about you, I think they're too attracted to you. I think they're a bit delusional about you. Okay? I don't know how else to phrase it. I don't want to get too technical with it because the Seven of Swords can mean a lot of things. For some of, the same frequency of energy can play out 1,000 different ways. For some of you, this person thinks that you're high on yourself. Okay? They think that you're full of shit and all big high on yourself and all of that. But that's a small percentage. For most of you, this person, they're enamored with you on some level, and they've created all sorts of dragons and fire and fantasies. This card represents fantasies, right? If you go see fantasy movies, isn't there usually a dragon, right? How to Tame a Dragon. Isn't a Hobbit flying a dragon or so? I don't know. I don't watch that shit. For all I know, the Hobbit's flying a dragon. I have no idea. But somebody got dragons. Harry Potter, right? Not the porn. I mean the other Harry Potter, the one for kids, right? They got dragons in there and some shit, don't they? I know they got a snowy owl. That's really cool, right? I would go just for the owl. If the owl was in every scene, I would go and watch it. But anyway, my point here is that they've created some fantasies around you. All right? And they think they're real. So when they think about you, they think those fantasies are real. I've got a lot of passion here on this Strength card. Let's find out. This is tricky to read. Mars turned inward is tricky to read. You're asking me to read somebody's fantasies, and it's somebody with a big ego. So those fantasies are a little crazy. I mean, there's dragons here. I mean, all kinds of stuff. All right, here we go. Strength card. Why is it here? Tell me about the Strength card. Tell me about this passion. Oh, okay. Good. That's good news. It's the Lovers because it was crossing here in my action card and the feeling. Actions turn into feelings of actions turn into real actions in the 3D. Yeah, again, somebody thinks you're as passionate for them as they are for you. Man, they've built up all these fantasies about you. And now, are those fantasies always there? I don't want to confuse anybody because you might be like, well, this person ran from me. I don't talk to them. We don't even speak. No, Mars and Libra, we're pulling on Mars and Libra. It's creating these, okay? It's all of this is, somebody's just fantasizing like crazy. And with this, on the DM side, because they're very ego-based, they're believing all this shit. They're actually looking at it, allowing themselves to feel, allowing for the fact that they might be right. And then, of course, this is an energy that assumes it's always right. So then it just rolls with it from there. It gets crazier and crazier. So yeah, they've, again, they think you feel the same way. What's on top? A Ten of Pentacles. Why is that here? This is, I got that song in my head. I think it's the Beatles, isn't it? Got to Get You Into My Life? Right, there it is right there. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Six of Cups. Somebody sees you wanting to try again. Somebody really believes with this energy. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I'm just going to phrase it this way. It's abundant fantasies aside. Somebody really and truly, honestly believes with the attack of that made-for-TV movie lawyer that's helping the family no matter what, right? Someone firmly believes that you want to try again. Okay. They firmly believe it. And they feel like, I believe they feel like the fair thing to do is to give you that opportunity. Notice how I phrased it. I warned you at the beginning of this, the DM side of this soulmate cycle, very selfish. They're not typically liberal type energy here, which is inclusive. They're typically a my way or the highway energy. And if it's not my way, I smash it, right? So keep that in mind. Pay attention to how I phrase that, right? Somebody feels it's fair if they give you a chance to come together again. There's a hint of selfishness here, but it's funny in a way because it blends with all these fantasies. It's hard to read, but I'm glad I read it. It's like it's cracking me up a little bit. Okay, let's go. King of Cups, your final outcome. Let's see where we're at here. Tell me about the King of Cups. What's going on here? All right. Now, for some of you watching, just watch for the sake of watching. You know, there's always that person that tries to get you. Ha! I don't have a person. So it's all, well, okay, then I don't know why you're watching, but you're watching for a reason, right? You're either a complete moron with nothing to do, or you're here because there's something I say that benefits you, which is more likely the case. So if that is you, all of this applies to you. Be careful about what you're applying fantasies to in this energy. Be careful what you're allowing yourself to believe, because Mars, when it turns inward, sort of surrounds you with a military-esque barrier that you can't get through. It's about creating order and creating balance and making, which we're going to do a reset here. But what you believe within that gets stuck in there, and reality has a hard time getting in. So keep that in mind, all right? Make sure you consider, all you have to do is consider the fact, to eliminate that energy, is consider the fact that other people are under the same energy, all right? And you're fine. It's you know, it's fair and balanced for you, for the other side, and then within itself, balance. See what I'm saying? Like in the animal deck here, the black cat and the white cat separated by a sword on the Justice card, right? Balance the black cat, balance the white cat, then balance the two on the balance. All right, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Be sure and keep that. Be aware of that. This side is completely unaware. Whoever this King of Wands is for you, they got a lot of fantasies about you in this energy. All kinds of stuff. Oh my God, you need them. You know. Oh Jesus. All right. But to them, they're doing you a favor. To them, it feels very balanced. Like I said, they're going to balance themselves just fine. You may need to be the one who comes in with the extra balance to balance the connection. But there's a good shot at communication with the Eight of Wands crossing here, which is red with your King of Cups. All right? And a Seven of Pentacles setting it just right. I suspect, I'm done shuffling. I suspect this, whatever's red with this Nine of Pentacles, this is probably, you know, this is your energy anyway. This is Minor Arcana Empress energy, right? You might have to set somebody straight on the fantasies a little bit. Crossing the King of Cups is the Ten of Cups. This is something you've wanted. All right? It's something you thought, that's all, yeah, pie in the sky, Steve. It's pie. I love what you're saying, Steve, about this communication. Pie in the sky. This Ten of Cups would be read with the Eight of Wands that was crossing here, right? It could be communication that some of you, I'm going to just riff on the energy, take it as it resonates. It's either communication, Eight of Wands was here, red with 10 cups. Communication that some of you dream about. It happens on the astral plane. Or it's communication that you've only dreamed of, that you think, well, it's great to fantasize about it, but it's never going to happen, right? Or, I should say, attached to that one, it's communication that goes surprisingly well, okay? And if it goes surprisingly well, it's because this person, this Burger King, the King of Wands, the DM side, is in a liberal energy. They're inclusive rather than exclusive, all right? Again, it's not their way or the highway. They're a lot more willing to consider that you may have a point, that there might be something to letting somebody in, right? All right. What's on top? The King of Pentacles. It is. I was right. I called this shit. This is a stable energy, right? It's up to you to bring it. The stable energy happens, the balanced conversation. I already called that too. I said on the rocks and in the water, right? A balanced, good, practical conversation. I said, here it is. King of Pentacles, red with the Nine of Pentacles. You're both in this energy. You're doing, the DF side's doing it better, but you're both in this energy. And that's nice when both sides are in an inclusive energy, when both sides are not in a my way or the highway energy. Nothing gets accomplished with my way, or be it out in the world or in the soulmate cycle. Nothing gets accomplished with it. All right? All right. Let's see where we go. Why is the King of Pentacles here? See? Look at it. You can see the fucking rainbow and unicorn, can't you? It's as close as you're going to get, the Rainbow Unicorn Tarot here at Steve Love Tarot. There it is. It's communication. Passionate truth. What did I say? It's like a TV, made-for-TV movie lawyer that goes after it no matter what. Protects that family, goes after it. Right? It's a bit of that. What was that? Aaron Brockovich kind of a thing. It's like an Aaron Brockovich kind of energy sort of a thing. Right? That kind of fucking bullshit. Whatever's going on here. It's like that. It's a very passionate. Again, this is a truthful kind. This is wonderful. It's terrific. And I said, I just pulled it. It's the Emperor. I said I wish the Emperor was crossing here instead of the Eight of Wands. And now in the bridging energy is the Emperor. He finally came out. Yeah. Yep. It is this DM energy that is doing most of the talking. Let them. All right? You may have to apply a little extra balance on your side, and you may have to quash some of these fantasies, you know, and you might roll your eyes at you know, the arrogance of, oh well, you know, they assume that I want to relive the past, you know, and you know, all that kind of, well, whatever. That's very productive. Again, only in dreams, right? Tell you what. Let's see what else the universe wants to tell you. 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. Let's go pull some wicked voodoo on this. I don't have a devil. I don't. I don't have a devil on the table. I have a 7 of Swords. I have a mild devil energy, but that's in the right spot. That's their fantasy land. It's your fault. I'm going to blame you. It's your fault that they have all these fantasies because you're reflecting as Empress energy in my fucking reading. Empress, it's easy to get crazy town about the Empress. In this energy, hey, you know what? If you're one of my popular, either an influencer or a celebrity type viewer, hide with this Mars and Libra energy. Hide. It will make your fucking fan, the crazy obsessed fan, go nuts. They will show up at your house in this fucking energy. All right? Under the assumption that you've been waiting for them. It's crazy town. Close the gate. Lock the fucking gate. All right? Telling you, send somebody else to the grocery store. It is that kind of energy. But for the rest of you, the same kind of thing is happening here. They got all kinds of weird fantasies. And they assume you feel the same way. That's the problem. And that's because they are still the King of Wands. Okay? You're not having that problem. You're the Empress. You're fine. You're handling this energy really well. Right? It's about fairness. That's what this is. Mars energy turned inward. And you want to be fair to yourself, to others, and in situations. So that when you draw those lines in the sand during Lionsgate, that's going to be a hell of a reading, let me tell you. When you draw those lines in the sand during Lionsgate, you feel good about them. There's no regrets afterward. You did your best. It's a bit of that. The other side, well, you know, King of Wands is as King of Wands does, I suppose. But anyway, let's see where we go. What else the universe wants to tell you before I go pull some wicked voodoo? This is for you. 10 Wands. 3 Cups, 9 Pentacles. There you are again. All liberal energy. All right? And don't come at me and go, Steve, I'm a conservative. I'm this, that, the other thing. Hey, talk about politics. This is liberal energy. It means you're open to consider another person's point of view. Right? You're not my way or the highway. Shouldn't be my way or the highway anyway. What the hell gets done with that? Right? Tell you what. But hey, be who you are, whatever. Judgment crossing the 3 of Cups. It's going to be hard for you. This is difficult. This is a heavy energy. There's a lot of pressure. You're going to feel like there's a lot of pressure on you to do the right thing, say the right thing, make the right thing happen. You might feel pressured about stuff. It's just a message for you. It's got nothing to do with this energy here. You might feel pressured in sales. You might, if somebody's trying to sell you something, you might feel pressure. You might feel a lot of emotional pressure. Okay, you have the ability to release it. It's all you have to do is just, again, you're fine. You're a fully operating autonomous energy. All right, you're completely independent energy. You don't have to. Any pressure that's applied is your own doing. You're actually doing it. All right, to yourself. It's not coming at you from other sources. It's because Mars is turned inward, and a byproduct of that is we can sometimes feel a little stressed or pressured. All right, we can sometimes. It's a fire in your belly that you can't quite get rid of, sort of a thing. All right. You also have an opportunity here to, I'm going to say, re-engage. Well, yeah, 9 swords underneath judgment. Yeah, it's you have an opportunity to re-engage with somebody that, you know, went away a long time ago, was gone for a long time. But again, most of the primary energy here is you just feel really, really a lot of pressure, a lot of nonsense pressure, 9 of swords, right? In this energy. Mars turning inward might give you an ulcer if you let it. So be careful about that, all right? Just allow the energy to flow. Just, again, try to take I'm relaxed. I talked about this in a recent reading. Try to take an I'm relaxed in the garden approach to things. Try to take something, if you need something for your mind's eye, it's a good idea to visualize things. Visualize yourself laying by a pool, right? Sipping one of those drinks with the umbrella in it and relax as soon as you start to feel this pressure. And you'll be fine. No problem at all. Okay? It's the best I can tell you. Interesting. I'll pull on you some more in the extended. Very interesting, because there's something here that you feel pressured to say yes to that you're not really interested in, or you think you're not interested in. I can't tell the difference. Let's find out what that's about. All right. Anyway, whoa! Look at that. My arm hit the deck, and look where it opened to. 10 wands. Yeah. And look, Queen of Pentacles. Look, Queen of Pentacles right there. Yeah. Boy, how's that for symmetry for you, huh? I'll tell you what. All right, we'll take a look at it. Calm down, universe. We'll get it done. All right. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links for you at the top of the description. Should be interesting. All right, good luck.